I say everyone needs to hear it, it's like 100 people will hear it. But at least my conscience is clear because I've done what I need to do, and if social media wants to silence me, if my own audience members want to ignore me, which you guys do a lot, not you guys, of course, that are here, but the ones that choose to not show up to the shows, or not retweet me or share my stuff around or whatever, well, they don't care, they just don't care. And I understand that they don't care, I get it. I totally get it. I understand that you guys don't care about some of this shit. Totally do. Okay, so let's do that. We are live on the main show. That is a good thing. Okay, cool. Let's take this camera up just a little. Right? We're going to get into Jimmy Dore a little later. We're going to let my audience wake up. But in the meantime, first we're going to start with Tucker Carlson this morning. Elon Musk,
Megsy Williams. Hey, nay.
Made a new policy for blue checks, and somebody took that blue check policy for $8 and dumped billions of dollars off of Lilly, the pharmaceutical company, by falsely claiming on Twitter with a blue check that they were going to be giving out insulin for free. Right? This is the kind of trolling that Elon Musk has allowed to happen on Twitter. And meanwhile, Ellie lost billions of dollars. So do you think that Ellie has a lawsuit now against Elon Musk? Oh yeah, I guarantee you they're going to sue Twitter and they're going to sue Elon. I guarantee you. It's just going to be a matter of days before it comes out. So I just want to speak on that for a second because I had already said, what Elon Musk was doing over on Twitter was not going to be a healthy thing for anybody. It was... I didn't see this coming. But I knew that it was going to lead to problems. Yeah, I like to be the person who predicts shit before it happens. But this one kind of caught me where I was like, wow. Just wow. But let's move on to the Tucker Carlson thing, because I think what I was getting at earlier was... Where is the Tucker Carlson thing? I may have misplaced it.
Lisa Fernie. G.
Where is the Tucker Carlson thing, man? Was I watching that?
Lisa Fernie. Good morning, Nay.
Good morning, Lisa. All right, let's see here. We got the ladies are here. I think I lost my Tucker Carlson video. I think I may have accidentally closed it. Oh, no, there it is. It's behind the chat. I got it. Okay, great. So, now, this is what I always tell you guys on this show. I say it all the time, and you can choose to ignore me or not. I try to listen to people I disagree with. Now, you can apply that to me, too. You might disagree with me sometimes, or you might want to listen to me because you might get something good out of it every once in a while. I don't like listening to Tucker Carlson because I hate him, but every once in a while he'll say some things that make sense, and he'll try to intersperse some racism in with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cherry pick the good parts that he says that I agree with, and then I'm going to point out all of his racism and his underlying narrative that appeals so much to the Republicans and why it appeals to Republicans, okay? People like Jimmy Dore love Tucker Carlson because he says the things that Jimmy wants to say that he's too afraid to say, so Jimmy makes a fake account on Twitter so he can say his anti-Semitic bullshit. But I digress. Watch this. Oh, okay, hold on. There it is. Okay.
The concept of a presidential library, a shrine to a former president, is a relatively new idea.
Okay, let's...
For the first 150
This
years,
one's pretty long, so I'm realizing I'm making a mistake already. Let me open it up in a different browser so I have control over the volume. Okay. Okay, here we go. This will give me volume controls, separate volume controls. It should work good.
presidential library, a shrine to a former president, is a relatively new idea. For the first 150 years of this country's existence, presidents didn't have lavish monuments built to commemorate their rule. That whole notion would have repulsed the men who waged a war with a monarchy to build this country. But starting with the FDR, of course, presidential libraries became customary, and they've gradually transformed from libraries into multi-million-dollar temples to hubris. The most recent ex-president to get his very own temple, and the biggest of all, of course, is Barack Obama. The total cost of his library clocks in at about $500 million.
Okay, let's just stop right there. So Obama gets donations to build this thing to the tune of $500 million. And what that says is that people that support Barack Obama would rather see $500 million, that's $500 million library building built in his honor, than see that $500 million go to people who need it, like hungry people or people who need Medicare, or people who are in the street that are homeless. No, we'd rather just make a giant building in the honor of Barack and Michelle.
The concept of a presidential library.
Look, I do not know why that just started playing on its own. I swear I didn't touch anything. It just started playing on its own. I don't know why. That was really weird. Here we go.
Of course,
that
is
was
Barack
weird.
Obama. The total cost of his library clocks in at about $500 million. Construction began last year when Obama demanded that his donors pay for it.
Right.
But today, construction of the temple...
So his donors are going to pay for it, and if that's what these morons want to give $500 million to build, fine. Okay, fine. That's what you want to do. You want to build a temple, like he said, that, for the guy who dropped more bombs than any other American president, who killed more people, innocent people, with drone strikes than any other American president, who promised he was going to codify Roe v. Wade, didn't do it, and made a bunch of other promises like he was going to raise the minimum wage, didn't do it, told you he was going to get you guys health care, he didn't do that either. And this guy deserves a $500 million, temple in his honor. Okay, if it's your money, it's not my money, so go ahead, spend your money on him. Fine, while you watch all the poors, dying of starvation in the streets here.
Was halted because of an emergency.
Okay, so they halted the building of this thing because they found noose on the property where all the construction guys were working. So some idiot decides to go in there and hang a noose, and instead of just filing out a police report and having the police come, do that, get rid of the noose, fucking file it away, and continue construction, listen to this shit.
No, not a fire, not a lightning strike. According to the construction company working on the library, quote, this morning, we were informed that an act of hate was discovered at the project site.
We've got an active piece of rope. We've got an active piece of rope at the construction site. Call all cars, all responders. We have an active piece of rope.
And you knew the act of hate was serious because the media went all in. They devoted a lot of time to talking about this. We're on the brink of nuclear war and a recession, but the act of hate on the Obama construction site led the news. Watch.
Construction at the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago is suspended after a noose was discovered at the site on Thursday.
An act of hate.
Now you might be wondering, well, Nay, why are you worried? It's not. You don't even support the building of Barack Obama's library. Why do you care that it's on pause? Well, I'll tell you why, guys. Because there's a bunch of people that depend on the work that they do at that site. They make money, and if they can't work, they're not going to get paid. So when their job gets suspended, they get suspended. So when Barack Obama feels like he's had some kind of racism done to him and they shut the whole goddamn project down because he's fucking butthurt, all these other people can't put food on their tables. This is why Barack Obama is an emperor. He's a fucking king, and people treat him like this. And wait do you see what Michelle Obama said too.
News
Wait.
is found at the site
They're
of the
so
Obama
fucking
Presidential
entitled.
Center.
A noose
Hey,
was found at the
16,800
site.
Bitcoin.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker condemning the hateful act.
An ugly
keep
racist
going.
symbol was found at the future site of the Obama Presidential Center. A noose was discovered at the construction site this morning. Operations were halted and the police were called. A $100,000 reward has been offered for information leading to those responsible for what officials described as this shameless act of cowardice and hate.
Okay.
A lot of huffing and puffing.
Yes.
Have you heard a story like this before?
Yes, we have.
Well, it wasn't that long ago.
Several
In
times.
the middle of a national crime wave, which it has done very little to solve, the FBI rushed a team of agents to a NASCAR garage after a character called Bubba Wallace suggested that a noose had been left in that garage. Turns out the noose was a garage.
So this is the racism, okay? This is the thinly veiled racism. Notice that he referred to the man, Bubba Wallace, as a character. Not a real human being, a character. And if you missed it, I'm going to play it for you again, because this is the thinly veiled racism that you guys need to hear.
I rushed a team of agents to a NASCAR garage after a character called Bubba Wallace suggested.
And he says character, kind of glances by it really quick. That is intentional. The term character was used because he does not view black people as valid human beings. He does not. He's a fucking racist. That's why he calls black people characters instead of people. So that's just a very small aspect of maybe all kinds of dog whistles we're probably going to hear throughout this entire report. We're going to pick every single one out. And when I agree with Tucker Carlson, I'm going to let you know that too.
That a noose had been left in that garage. Turns out the noose was a garage door pull.
No,
Whoa.
okay. More bullshit. No, that's a fucking noose. Okay? You can see it, and that noose is being used to pull a garage. Yeah, but it's not a garage pull. A garage pull is a rope, because I own a mini storage company. It's a rope with a knot tied in it, just a single square knot. Okay? That's a fucking noose, and this motherfucker's a racist cunt that's lying to his audience by saying that's not a noose. There's literally a picture of it. If you don't know what a noose is, bro, you need to go back to school. Fucking go study basic English. That's a fucking noose, man. The only difference is it probably doesn't have 13 turns. It probably needs 13 turns to be a full noose, but it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a fucking noose. I don't know how many turns a noose, a legitimate noose is, but that is definitely a noose, and he's a fucking liar. And, he's going to make some points in here that I'm going to agree with, but you need to pay attention to what I'm saying here. And if you find yourself agreeing with anything he says when I'm pointing it out and that it's wrong, you need to pay attention as to why you might believe that shit. You might be racist if you don't think that's a fucking noose right there. Okay, it is, and that guy's not a character, he's a human being. Okay, so we've already got 2 points here and this is the guy that, Jimmy Dore and Jackson Hinkle, they want everyone to think, oh, he's just fine, he's just edgy. No, he's a fucking racist. He's a white privileged racist. It's blatant. Okay, and that's why he's the #1 guy on Fox News, because people who watch Fox News, you're fucking racists too. And let me tell you something else. If you're African American and you're watching Fox and you think you're doing it because you're edgy, you're not. You're just a self-loather. Remember that. You're self-loather. Remember that word. It's ugly as fuck.
Ooh. Here's the interesting thing. Everyone makes mistakes, but mistakes like this never get corrected. Nobody ever apologized for that. Not the media, not the FBI.
Because it wasn't a mistake, so he's wrong again. There was no apology needed. That's a fucking noose. That's not photoshopped. That's the pull that was in that man's garage. And yes, he was a black man. I'll say this. They've got photographs of that noose that was hanging there for several years before the black man got there. So what they're saying is, it wasn't a message sent to him, but some fucking racist, cunt went in there years ago and tied that pole into a noose. Someone did it, and everyone understands the symbolism of a noose in America. We know what it means. It ain't fucking Halloween. Okay? That's a lynching sign right there. It's a dog whistle.
And certainly not Bubba Wallace. In fact, Bubba Wallace said that only stupid people would doubt his story, even after it was proven to be false.
He's saying proven to be false, and he won't give you he says it's proven to be false, and yet there's no proof of false at all. It's hilarious that Tucker Carlson is using this piece of straw. Where's the proof that it was false, Tucker? You keep saying it was proven false. What do you mean? We can see the fucking noose. You're showing a picture of it. I mean, so this, let's go full screen here. This is literally Tucker Carlson. That is, he's literally just going to go ahead and show his audience. Okay, this is how presumptive Tucker Carlson is about the stupidity of his own audience. I'm going to show them a picture of a noose, and I'm going to point at it and say, it's not a noose, it was a hoax. You know, should we go back to that scene while I say this? Dude, why can't I rewind these fucking videos, dude? Oh my God. You suck my dick. Look. There's Tucker Carlson with a picture of a noose while he tells his audience that this was a hoax and that is not a noose. Now, I'm a little sad because I'm not seeing any chat from, I got 12 of you here, and none of you are giving me any encouragement or anything in the chat, and I would really like that, man. I would really like for you guys to tell me whether or not, you know, if you think that's a noose, then let me know in the chat. Say, yeah, nay, that is definitely a noose. We know what a noose looks like. We played the game Hangman a million times. We know what a fucking noose is. You know, we understand American history. That's a fucking noose. You know, that's how they hung the people that assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Remember that shit? Yeah, we remember that shit. We know what a fucking noose is.
Board poll. Ooh. Here's the interesting thing. Everyone makes mistakes.
Nick Brown. Looks like one to me.
Because, Nick, it is a noose. Of course it's a fucking noose.
Joel Froggy.
Hey, Joel. What's up?
Hello.
It's a racist symbol. It's a Republican dog whistle. It's a fucking noose. And Tucker Carlson is literally just sitting there on his show acting like it's not a noose. It's a noose. Hey, I got some news. It's a noose.
Mistakes like this never get corrected. Nobody ever apologized for that.
There's
Not
nothing
the
to
media,
apologize for.
Not the FBI, and
No,
certainly
because it
not
was a
Bubba
noose.
Wallace.
So you're
In
an
fact,
idiot.
Bubba Wallace
This
said
is
only
all straw
stupid
manning you.
people would doubt
He's giving you bullshit facts, and now he's
Nancy
straw
Williams.
manning an argument behind it to try
That's
to
a
bolster
noose
it.
making a point for sure. It's sickening. Knobs Tutorials 101. Lies, lies, lies.
You're gonna Knobs tutorials. You're gonna have to tell me what the lies are you're referring to.
his story, even after it was proven to be false.
What would you say to those people who
Megsy.
are doubting that this even happened or that it...
Megsy, thank you for saying it's 100% a noose. It's making a point for sure. It's sickening. Yes. Thank you, Megsy. Yes.
it's true?
Yeah, just like Steve Phelps said, it offends me that people would go to those measures. But again, I'm not shocked. It's simple-minded people like that, the ones that are afraid of change. They use everything in their power to defend what they stand up for. And
Top of the hour,
instead
guys.
of
You ready?
Trying to listen and understand.
What? You alleged a crime? Hard to see that.
Okay, there was a crime, okay? There was a crime. It may not have been done that year, but whenever somebody tied that fucking garage pole into a noose, they committed a fucking crime. They go to prison for that shit, Tucker. Okay? So yeah, there was a crime committed.
That's a crime, but whatever, worthy of the attention of the FBI. This is all insane. But you were wrong.
No. If somebody puts a noose up, okay, it means that they literally are willing to put black people in fear of their own lives, to fear a lynching. So it's basically assault when you hang a noose anywhere in the United States. You're assaulting black people. And this motherfucker's insulting all of our intelligences. He's assaulting and insulting all of our intelligences. All of us. This is hilarious right here. But once again, stick with me through this. I'm not here just to bash Tucker.
Megsy Williams. Heck yeah, hashtag cheers.
I'm going to start agreeing with this racist cunt here in a few seconds, so just stick around, okay?
But instead of
Cheers,
apologizing,
top of the
you're
hour.
lecturing people
Here comes the music.
like they're your moral inferiors for asking questions. And it was obvious from the beginning that Bubba Wallace's story made no sense. We're not saying he was making it up, but he was wrong. And there is a high likelihood that this noose at Barack
Knobs
Obama's
Tutorials
temple might be a
101.
hoax too. A lot of these
And you
stories
wonder
are.
why you have no viewers.
You're here, you fucking putz. I wonder how your little bullshit channel's doing, dude. How's your little tutorial cunt channel doing, bro? You got 25,000 subscribers like I do? Piss off. I'll taunt you between smoke rings. Let's go back just a little.
when Obama demanded that his donors pay for it. But today,
Sean,
Dude,
aka
but instead of
Trendy.
apologizing, you're lecturing
Good morning,
people
Trendy Nay.
Good morning,
like they're your
sir.
moral inferiors for asking questions. And it was obvious from the beginning that Bubba Wallace's story made no sense. We're not saying he was making it up, but he was wrong. And there's a high likelihood that this noose at Barack Obama's temple
Right here.
might be a hoax too.
No.
A lot of these stories are.
No. There's no evidence. Just because you found, and he's going to bring up Juicy Smollett right now, just because there was somebody that feigned racism, doesn't mean that noose was hung by someone who's maybe, trying to make Republicans look bad or make racism look bad. It could have very been hung there by a racist. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. By someone who hates black people. Wouldn't be surprised. But either way, it's a fucking crime. And it doesn't really fucking matter who put it there, does it? Just matters that it's fucking there. It doesn't matter if it's a hoax or not. It doesn't matter who did it. Somebody fucking did it. Yeah, and you know what? Juicy Smollett fucking made the noose that went around his neck. That motherfucker should be in prison for a hate crime against himself and against his own people. But I digress. He's going to get into Jussie Smollett, and he's going to be right. Every word he says about Jussie is going to be correct.
Why do they keep appearing? We'll tell you why. Because accusations of hate crimes and of bias more generally are tools that the people in power use, not the powerless.
So he's calling them all false flags, okay? He's claiming that this was not a hate crime. He thinks now he's actually using anecdotal evidence or past things that have happened to try to disprove something else that's going on. They're not even comparable. You can't just say that happened and it was fake, so this happening is probably fake. You can't say that. And, he might be right. Like I said, it might have been a blue-blooded Democrat that put that fucking noose in there just to try to make Republicans look bad during an election or whatever, or try to, bring sympathy for Barack Obama or whatever. It could very well have been. Either way, still a fucking hate crime, still a fucking symbol of hate, and it doesn't matter who fucking put it there.
Full toward themselves,
this is really a non-point that he's trying to make. More straw. And this is how straw man arguments work.
Obama is the perfect example. Oppressed, really? Obama is a half-white guy with an Ivy League degree who served as president of the United States for 2 terms.
Yeah. You're starting on a false premise. Nobody is calling Barack Obama oppressed, dude. They're just saying somebody committed a hate crime against him. That's it. That's all. Nobody is saying that anybody is a victim here. And that poor Barack Obama. Oh, poor Barack. No, he's not saying that. He's just saying, hey, somebody did this. And they did it to me at where I'm going to have my library. They basically, they shit, in my front porch. They left a big pile of fucking shit here. And that's all Barack Obama is doing. And you know what? He's got every right to say that. Because I guarantee you it wasn't Barack Obama who fucking did it. At the same time, Obama's not really a victim, He is a victim of a hate crime, but he's not victimizable.
New York, 710.
Because of his status,
Good morning, Nate.
his money, his position, his past of being a fucking 2-time serving president of the United States. The fact that he has that privilege. Nobody's going to take that away from him. And he's trying to make it sound like Barack Obama's trying to appeal, but because somebody put a noose there, Barack Obama's trying to appeal to America to ask for sympathy. I'm not getting that from Barack Obama at all. So he's going to miss the point here for sure.
Terms and lives in 2 oceanfront compounds in the richest zip codes in the world. Does that sound like oppression? No, it sounds like privilege. That's fine. But no, they tell you, he's Emmett Till. He's a powerless victim.
Nobody called him Emmett Till. Nobody called him powerless. That's just Tucker Carlson pretending that he knows what the narrative is on the other side. And he's getting it completely wrong. Nobody is calling Barack Obama Emmett Till. And how dare him try to make that comparison? How dare him? This is fucking full-on racism, what he's doing right now. And I'm going to call him on his bullshit. And, if little cunt tutorials comes in here and doesn't like when I call Tucker Carlson out, hey, man, if you do no bullshit tutorials, why don't you just cover this, man? Cover me covering this and see how your audience treats you. Well, let's go ahead and see.
Racism. So when you make allegations like that, nobody gets to ask the obvious questions like, where'd you get all this money? Like, how are you making a living? How'd you get so rich? What have you been selling in exchange for that money? And by the way, why are you spending $500 million on a presidential library?
Well, if his donors are going to give him $500 million, hey, dude, if you give me $500 million to build a library, that's what the money's designated for, I'll fucking do it. I'll build a library. It's your money. You know, you're going to give me $500 million. I mean, I can't take that money and go, you know, give it to the poor or give it to the homeless or whatever because I'm contracted to do this. And if I was going to say, hey, I'm going to go do this for the home or the poor, you're not going to give me your fucking money anyway. You're only going to do a library for Barack Obama. Okay, fine. At least there'll be a monument for Barack Obama with some books in it. And, you know, maybe some young African-American kids can go there when they're young and get inspired and try to become president of the United States or try to do great things with their lives too. And that's really what matters, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not too crazy about a $500 million freaking, you know, temple to a non-existent god. I think it's a fucking waste of space, a waste of freaking money, but it's not my money. This is donor money. And if that's what these people want, well then, you know, that's what they're going to get. It's their freaking money. I can't really change that, right? I can't really judge those people based on the fact that they want to build Barack Obama this big, beautiful library. But
You get to ask those questions.
But not only is he judging those people for building the library, he's putting words in their mouths that they would never fucking say. Yeah, Barack Obama is Emmett Till. What? You guys know, I don't want everybody to know. You guys know who Emmett Till is. There's a movie that's just come out about him. Emmett Till was, I believe, 13 years old, a young African-American kid. I believe this was in, you know, the 1950s, I believe, or maybe in the 40s or something like that. I don't know what the year was. And this kid came over to stay with his aunt in a southern part of the United States or something. I don't know the whole story exactly, but he was at a store and he didn't really know how things were in the South, you know, and supposedly he was accused of winking at a white woman, which now the story is supposedly that was all bullshit too. So some white lady fucking lied and told people that little kid over there, you know, winked at me or whatever, and they fucking lynched this kid. They dragged him. They fucking lynched him. They murdered him. They did all kinds of horrible things to him. And his mother, you know, the salt of the earth, this woman, she said, I want an open casket. There's going to be an open casket, and America has to see what these monsters did to my 13-year-old son. That's who Emmett Till was. You know, Barack Obama is not Emmett Till. And you know what? She's going to lose. Don't worry, she lost. That stupid bitch lost that election. She's a moron. I hate Carrie Lake. We shouldn't Carrie Lake on TV driving my mom crazy, and you know she's a fucking idiot. But anyway, you know, for Tucker Carlson to try to say that people on the left are comparing Barack Obama to Emmett Till, maybe he needs to go watch that movie and go see what happened to Emmett Till. Go refresh his memory and see how horrible fucking white people were, and still are to this day to African American people. And that noose has a lot of symbolism behind it. And this motherfucker, this fucking cunt right here, he wants to disregard all of it. Now, I know you guys want to hear what I have to say without all the cursing and the anger and the ugliness that I throw out there, but I can't do it. And I'm sorry, this is who I am. This is how disgusted I am with all of this bullshit. That I can't, you know, I know that more people would hear me if I wouldn't talk like this. I understand. But I'm not going to change. This is what you get. And when I start talking about shit like this, you're going to hear the most vulgar shit, because it's the only way I can describe how this stuff makes me feel. Now, saying all of this, once again, right? Still going to find some things here to agree with Tucker Carlson. And it's too bad that stupid cunt No BS didn't stick around to find out, oh, he's actually going to make some sense. And here you'll find out when he does make sense, I will agree with him, and I will give him credit, and I will also call him out on the interspersed racism, because I think he does it just for the money. Just like Jimmy Dore's doing the anti-shit just for the money, you know? And so is Dr. John Campbell, Robert Campbell, whatever the fuck his name is, just for the money. And I put out, none of you guys saw it, but on Twitter this morning, well, Nick the Stick saw it. I put out a video from this scientist. She's a research scientist from Australia, and she calls out fucking all the bullshit that Jimmy Dore puts on his show all the time. And she just called out that bullshit Israel study about myocarditis. And you guys should check that shit out. It's on my Twitter feed. I'm at Nays Garden on Twitter. Tweeted that shit all over the place. I'm getting all tweety with it.
Is that somebody left a noose at a construction site because this is an immoral, racist country. All the people below me are bad people. People at the top are good people. The bad people on the bottom are creating a country full of racism that's so pervasive and scary that we have to pause construction on the temple just to catch our breath.
That was
Obama's
stupid.
told us many times before.
I got to say that.
Megsy Williams.
I agree with him there.
I'd prefer you the way you are. I'm also opinionated and can't just shut up.
Thank you. Thank you, Megsy. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll agree with them on that point right there. They should not have halted construction on the site. They should have just kept working, man. What are they fucking doing? How long? What's the time limit when you find a noose at a construction site? Was it 2 weeks? Oh, you have to stop construction for 2 weeks. How long is it going to fucking be? What are they doing? You know? Jesus fucking Christ, man. And you know what? I understand a noose is hate speech. So you prosecute fucking hate speech and you move on with it. That's all. And you know, in Elon Musk's world, he wants nooses everywhere. Elon Musk thinks that nooses should be hung everywhere. Free speech, absolutist. Free speech, absolutist. Fucking Elon Musk, dumbass.
This is a bad country, he told us, for 8 years.
He knew from his own life that progress is fragile, that we have to be vigilant against the darker currents of this country's history.
I don't get this part of
our own history.
I don't understand what point he's trying to make here.
And hatred and despair.
He's trying to say that Barack Obama was saying that America was a bad place.
Bull Connor may be gone.
That's what the point is. But this is straw.
We witnessed with our own eyes
police
officers kneeling on the necks.
That's true. That's true.
Of black America.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Connor might be gone, but you still exist. And you're oppressing everybody else, so we're going to have to oppress you.
He didn't say that. You said that. You don't get to reword what Barack Obama just said. And that's not what he said. And if you're not a fucking idiot and you can sit there and listen to somebody that you don't like and understand the words that they say.
Hey, Nay. How are you?
You will understand that at that moment, Barack Obama was making 100% perfect sense. He was saying the people need to be better. He said people need to not be racist. That's all he was saying. He's like, we've been like that and it needs to change. He wasn't saying America's a bad place. He never said those words.
This latest offense against one of the world's most powerful men is so appalling that the authorities have offered a $100,000 reward to anyone who can find the person who left a noose
at
Obama's
hope they find
presidential library.
I hope they find him.
Because we've victimized Barack Obama yet again, and his wife.
True.
What's interesting, just for perspective, is that there's no $100,000 reward outstanding for the, say, thousands of unsolved murders in this country. And that's a lot of murders. In fact, roughly half the murders that occur in the United States are now never solved. Because they're not becoming third world or anything.
Well, who put the $100,000 up? That's the first question I would ask Tucker. And I wonder, you being an investigative journalist, I wonder if you know that fact. Do you know who put the $100,000 up? Is that one of Barack Obama's $500 million donors? Because he's building a $500 million frickin' building. Do you think any one of them would even blink at a $100,000 reward over someone who hung a noose in that construction site?
Thomas Hargrove, who runs the Murder Accountability Project, put it this way very crisply. It's a 50-50 coin flip. It's never been this bad. During the last 7 months of 2020, most murders went unsolved. That's never happened before in America. Now, why is that happening? Because nobody cares. That's why. And where are these murders happening? Oh, in Obama's fake hometown of Chicago. A lot of them.
Okay. So, true. Everything he just said. I agree with everything he just said. Are cops getting dumber? Yeah. Are people like Kamala Harris leaving innocent people locked behind bars? Yes. And now she's the vice president of the United States? Yes. Is the man responsible, singly responsible for more African Americans being locked up in prison on on a bias. Is he now the president of the United States, the writer of the crime bill? Yes. Is he still proud of that legislation? Yes. Has he always been against abortion? Yes. Has he done anything to help abortion? No. You know, he makes a good point right here.
Holly Horn.
And son of a bitch.
Tucker's not
No, he's not always
wrong.
wrong, and that's what's so sad about him. That's what's so sad about Jimmy Dore and so many other people. You know, is when they're wrong about something, they'll never admit it. They can't see themselves for what they are. And Holly, were you watching Jimmy Dore last night? He admitted not only to the sock account, he admitted to multiples. He said, I've got so many, you're never going to find them all. He says, and I'm proud of it. He says, everyone's got sock accounts. And I'm like, they're not sock accounts. Yeah, I've got multiple accounts on Twitter because I got shut down because nobody was seeing my tweets or whatever. But I don't have a sock
Holly
account
Horn.
where I'm hiding behind somebody else's
Biden
identity.
also gave us Clarence Thomas.
It's sick. It was sick what Jimmy said, but we're going to get into that a little later. Hopefully we'll get some more people here. We'll be able to discuss that. I'd like to have some more viewers before we start talking about the Jimmy Dore thing. That's why we're doing the Tucker Carlson thing first. This is interesting, though, and there's a lot of content here to go through. So...
Holly Horn. No, I don't watch JD anymore.
You know, Tucker Carlson says, fake hometown of Chicago, and what...
Find yourself a hot girl here.
I've got all the hot girls I need in my life, dude. Thank you so much.
Find yourself a hot girl here.
I'm good.
Find yourself a hot girl here.
Done.
Surrounded by Keith. Hard to watch Tucker with his lies and deceptions.
It is, but if you do, and he does say something that makes sense, you should recognize when he's making sense. And if he says something that's a complete lie or straw manning, you should be able to recognize that too. And I want you guys to know these things. So you know when you're being lied to. So you know when someone who's usually a liar is actually saying something making sense, and that's how he ends up drawing people in. You know, and then he seasons it with all of his racism, and you got to be able to pick all that shit out. Here, let's keep going here. I want to get through this. I want to smoke another bong rip. Quarter of the hour late. Cheers.
Let's watch.
And that mass shooting we were just talking about is in Chicago, is in the troubled west side of town where the bloodshed is frequent. It happened about 9:30 p.m. local time.
Jimmy from
People
Philly.
had gathered for a vigil.
Trump
Police say it was an
2024.
SUV that pulled up. Two gunmen opened fire and sprayed
Jimmy from
bullets
Philly, what's
into
up?
the crowd. The whole thing was over in about 3 seconds. 14 people were injured. Witnesses say one man was shot in the head, and one person was hit by a car in the chaos. But among the victims are a 3-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 13-year-old boy.
Megsy
The rest of
Williams.
the victims are said to be adults.
Hashtag cheers.
Okay. Does anyone care? No. Nobody in power cares. Not at all. About any of these crimes. Actual crimes.
It's true.
In Nevada, an illegal alien
right.
called Carlos Nava, who's been deported 7 times, but is still here because the Democratic Party wants his vote, is now facing charges that he raped
let's just go over
5
that really
people.
fast, okay? The vice president left innocent people locked up in prison, right? To protect her record, her conviction record. Okay. The former president, Donald Trump, told police officers that they should smack suspects' heads on the tops of cars as they put them into a police car, not to put their hands over their heads and make sure that they don't smack their heads on the top of a police car threshold.
In this country.
No, they don't care. And those are the leaders.
Surrounded by Keith.
They don't care either side. They don't care
I
about people.
recognize the truth and the lies. That's why I stay informed. Thanks for showing this.
Surrounded by Keith. I don't know who you are, but I wish I did. I don't know who you are, but I wish I did. You're just an anonymous person to me, but you make a lot of sense in here all the time.
Over nearly 20 years. 5 people were raped. Did anyone ever offer $100,000 for his arrest or to give to his victims? But we've got $100,000 to spare for whoever tied that piece of string in a forbidden shape of Barack Obama's construction site? Really? Again, if all the moral outrage were directed on behalf of people with no power who are actually suffering, and there are millions of them in America, you could kind of put up with it. But all this huffing and puffing over Barack and Michelle Obama, most people don't see them as a color. They see them for what they are, which is the most privileged people in the world.
Yes.
And yet Michelle Obama just wrote a whole book about her struggle to, quote, stay visible in a world that doesn't necessarily see a tall black woman.
What?
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 You don't see Michelle Obama? She was the president's wife for 8 years. How much money has Michelle Obama made in the last...
I know, right? Dude, This guy is totally making sense. I mean, I want to get high with this guy right now. This guy's totally making sense to me. I want to give this guy a bong rip and have a conversation with that guy, not the guy who said that somebody's trying to compare Barack Obama to Emmett Till. Not that guy, not the racist guy. I think he's multiple personality. I think he's split personality. Because how can someone so insightful to what he's talking about right now be so oblivious to how racist he is? You know? But yeah, I totally agree with what he's saying right now.
6 years. Oh, you'd love to know. But you're supposed to just accept it uncritically, just like you're supposed to believe the Jussie Smollett hoax.
Here we go.
We've got some breaking news. Actor and musician Jussie Smollett.
Look, now I know it can get a little overwhelming sometimes when we're watching these videos. You know, and I know that sometimes you guys are smoking along with me, right? And that you're, maybe you're not paying attention or you're getting distracted. And I also know that some of you guys are doing other things. You're cleaning or you're going places.
Megsy Williams. Bipolar.
But this is all I really want you to pay attention to right now, okay? I want you to pay attention to every single one of these mainstream media people lying to your face. They're all gonna fucking lie. Every single person that Tucker Carlson's about to show you is fucking lying to you. Whether knowing or unknowing, it's their job to say whatever the fuck is put in front of them, right? So they're gonna do it. And then we're told by these same people that we're supposed to trust these motherfuckers. Thank you, Holly. Listen to this segment that Tucker Carlson puts up. Holly, would you please do me a favor and share this on your Twitter feed for me? Would you share my live stream for me? I would greatly appreciate that.
From the hit show Empire was attacked and beaten early this morning in Chicago.
Okay, that's a lie. Ali Velshie's a fucking liar. MSNBC just put up fucking lies, straight lies.
Police say it could be a hate crime.
There are many indications of a hate crime here. They are looking for two suspects who are apparently wearing Make America Great Again hats.
So I gotta say this. That guy protected himself legally. Did you hear the weasel words he used? Oh yeah, that was great, man. Yeah, it was. I can't call him out because he said allegedly, and he said, did you hear the others? You know, that guy covered himself.
Media that's saying it's a debate whether or not what just happened to Jussie Smollett is a hate crime. It's absurd.
No, you're a liar. It's not absurd. It wasn't a hate crime. It was bullshit. So you're a fucking liar.
You know, Jussie Smollett had a noose on his neck.
No, Jussie Smollett put a noose around his own neck. You are a fucking liar. Next.
Just this week.
And the media has really cast so much doubt on his story, which I find so personally offensive.
Really, you're offended by the truth because the media has actually started investigating shit and actually they started doing their jobs, and lo and behold, turns out the media was right and you're fucking lying.
A gay black man is targeted and then...
No, a gay black man wasn't targeted. A gay black man used you and all of these other cucks to try to start a fucking race war. Okay? That motherfucker should be in prison.
Suddenly, he becomes the victim of people's disbelief.
He said his attackers hurled racial and homophobic slurs at him.
She said, he said. So... that's some professionalism right there. He said she's doing her job. That's professionalism, right? She doesn't know whether it's true or not. It's alleged right now at this point. She hasn't seen the facts.
And this is America in 2019.
Okay, now that little opinion piece leads you to believe that she believes the fucking story. And now she's going to criticize all of America and where we are on that day based on something that she now has just told you that she obviously believes. So no longer being professional, she was being professional a second ago, and now she's just what? A fucking liar. again. Crazy, right?
This is America in 2019.
He got
the
it.
most powerful people are the most frequently victimized.
He gets it.
And that really is the message, is the people.
Tucker Carlson, I'll give you credit
Hill
where
House
credit
Hobo.
is due, and you're right about
She's choosing
that.
her words more carefully than you'd choose your steps in a minefield.
She was trying, but she still fucked up. As soon as she went opinion and said, this is where we are today. What do you mean this is where we are today? You just said according to him. You don't know if it's true. How do you know we're here today if that's just, hearsay as of right now?
People in charge, the people with power over your life, the people who make the laws, the people who shape your culture. In some cases, people who can put you in jail. Certainly people who are paid a lot more than you are. They're the real victims. No, they're the real victims. So what are we watching? We're watching a power play, of course. We're watching a transfer of moral authority from the population, a nation of citizens, to the top 1%. And as the recession deepens and people get poor, you're going to see a lot more of this. Don't notice my looting. I'm the victim. That's why Hillary Clinton plays the sexism card. Don't ask questions. I'm a woman. Here she is.
So any of you who've read my book about what happened know that I think that misogyny and sexism was part of that campaign. It was one of the contributing factors, and some of it was old-fashioned sexism and a refusal to accept the equality of women, and certainly the equality of women's leadership.
Yeah, they all do it. Chelsea Clinton does it.
So, I mean...
Holly Horn. Please, Hillary, go away.
When there's a woman doing her job and doing a good job, I celebrate that, But when you find out that Hillary Clinton wanted to drone strike Julian Assange for showing the world that she was committing war crimes, I can't support that woman anymore. It doesn't have anything to do with it's just like Barack Obama. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that that she's a woman or that he's an African American, biracial or anything like that. It just has to do with what Martin Luther King says, which is the judge people not based on the color of their skin, but the content of their character. I'm not judging Hillary based on her fucking gender or what she's got between her legs. I'm based on the fact.
Holly Horn. Nice job folding.
Thank you. I'm basing it on the fact that she did horrible things and wanted to murder a fucking journalist with a goddamn drone. I'm basing it, there's a lot of other things too about Hillary Clinton, but I'm just going to go on this one thing and keep it simple. Right? That's enough. She wanted to drone strike not just anybody, man. She wanted to drone strike Julian Assange. He has the ability to fucking testify and lock all of these fucking war criminals, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, who knows what he's got on fucking Donald Trump, Donald Rumsfeld, fucking George Bush, and all of their fucking administrations, and who knows what he's got on foreign administrations as well, right? We saw the footage. I'm glad I saw that footage. You guys remember those journalists that got shot by that AH-64 chopper, that American chopper, just fucking came down. There were like 20 guys out in the road.
John M. Kane.
They were standing there holding their cameras. There were reporters and shit, and nobody had any weapons on them. And this chopper just comes down and fucking just opens fire on all these guys and kills all of them down on the street. And several of those guys were fucking journalists. And we saw that on video. We got to see that. We got to see what America...
Holly Horn.
And laughing, yeah.
And laughing.
We got to see what Americans do, because that footage was released. And who knows what else was released? I don't know. But I want exposure to that, and I'm thankful for that. And the fact that we didn't have, full transparency, from the Obama administration and from what the fuck they were doing over there. Or what George Bush was doing over there. It just goes to show you they're all fucking criminals. They're hiding shit. And if we knew what they were doing, we wouldn't be supporting it. You know, I don't support a fucking helicopter blowing away a group of men just standing out in the street talking to each other. And if you don't, then you understand that Barack Obama and fucking George Bush were fucking murderers. You know, I don't know who the president was when that helicopter incident happened. I'm sure somebody knows that out there. But I'm thankful for the journalists who, you know, report that shit. The guy who got cut up and fucking sent out in a box, that fucking the guy from the Saudi Arabian prince had him murdered, you know, in the embassy, and they cut him up and
Holly Horn.
Bagged him
They
up.
should have closed the doors and had a war crimes trial at McCain's funeral.
Brought his body out in bags and shit. And this is what Joe Biden.
Hill House Hobo.
Joe Biden went over there and fist bumped
Jamal
that motherfucking
Khashoggi.
murderer. Yeah.
Holly Horn.
Yeah, Khashoggi.
We killed some folks.
Well, we tortured some folks. Their guns and their Christianity. That's what we did. You know, but you know, my country, 'tis of thee. This is some good tasting water in Flint here. I like this water. It's some tasty water. I'm gonna actually take a whole gulp of it one of these times. Folks with your Christianity and your guns. Let's keep going. It's almost done.
Nancy Pelosi does it, Ocasio-Cortez does it, Kamala Harris does it. The most powerful people in the world are always telling you they're victims. Joe Biden can't do it, of course, because he's a white man. So instead, he accuses you of transphobia, thereby keeping the balance of moral authority on his side of the scale. Shut up, transphobic!
That's the end of the clip. Ooh, Wolf Blitzer. Hello, I'm Wolf Blitzer. Ooh. Ah, angelic neigh, floating around in heaven. Hello, everybody. I'm angelic neigh, and we're floating around in heaven today, talking about how late we were in smoking 420, and how sad it would be if we forgot to do that. Floating around. Let me fix this. We're floating around.
Josh G. Special Nice. Surrounded Bekeef. Saint Nay LOL. Hill House
Saint
Hobo.
Nay.
New content uploaded daily on Only Nay.
New content
Surrounded
uploaded
Bekeef.
daily.
Cheers.
Only Nay. Dude, did you hear what's going on with that girl from OnlyFans that killed her boyfriend? She murdered her boyfriend. They're not going to let her. They don't want to let her out of jail because she's a flight risk. They said she can work from anywhere in the world as a OnlyFans slut. Oh my God, dude. So they want to keep her locked up in jail until they try her for this guy's murder. So it's a crazy world, man.
Josh
We live
G.
in crazy times. You got two rappers.
Better be careful,
One of them,
or ill wish a mixer sons on you.
one of the rappers right now is being tried for murder, and they're going to seek
Hill
the death
House
penalty.
Hobo. Yeah, didn't she chop him up?
I think she fucking stabbed him. Yeah. So this is what we want to do here. First, we want to pull this. Oh yeah, that's proper. Great. 2 people watching on Rumble. Rumble Stiltskin. Rumble Stilts Lame. Rumble Stilts Lane. Because no one's there, get it? Rumble Stilts Lame. Okay. Elon. This is running Twitter into the ground. It's the best Twitter's ever been. So I can't watch this because it's the fucking the something show, whatever fucking show. Elon Musk faces $56 billion lawsuit from an unlikely source. A metal drummer with a very small amount of Tesla stock is suing the billionaire too for him to rescind $56 billion in stock grants. Richard Tornetta owned only 9 shares of Tesla stock when he filed his lawsuit against Musk in 2018, according to Reuters. He's suing both the Tesla board of directors and Musk in what's called a shareholder derivative lawsuit. If he wins the suit, the money will go back to Tesla, and Tornetta is not seeking any damages for himself.
Josh G. You think we're gonna see a trillionaire in our lifetime?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's 1,000 billion? Yeah. Well, definitely. Unless we do something about it. And, we should put an end to this bullshit. While Tornetta is leading the lawsuit, he's not talking to any press, leading to speculation that someone else might be behind the suit. Larger shareholders are generally reticent, that's a good word, right? Are generally reticent to sue because it could upset their relationship with higher ups. Is that hesitant? Reticent? Yeah. Reticent is like hesitant. I like that word, reticent. Related video. Okay, no. Continue reading. Sean Griffin, a professor at Fordham Corporate Law Center, told Reuters that larger shareholders might want to bring cases sometimes, but they need a relationship with management.
Josh G. Yeah, 'cause Elon's like so many 150 plus bill or something. I'm sure that's changing with these business suits.
So somebody's suing him for half of what he's worth? Huh. But I guess the money goes to Tesla if they win the suit. It's a weird thing. I don't get it. That guy doesn't get any money. The guy that's suing. FTX crypto wallets see mysterious late night outflows totaling
Holly
more than
Horn.
380 million.
Signed up for Mastodon. Ron Placone is there.
Find me. I'm Nays Garden on Mastodon. I'm there. I'm on Mastodon. I'm at Nays Garden.
Holly Horn. Okay, I'll look and say hi.
Yeah, I'm
Josh
following
G.
Lee Camp
Like
on
the
there.
band.
More than 380 million in crypto left bankrupt crypto company FTX's wallets late Friday with little clear expectation as to why. Yeah, they got hacked, supposedly. According to on-chain data, various Ethereum tokens as well as Solana and Binance Smart Chain tokens have exited
Holly
FTX's
Horn.
official wallets and moved to decentralized
Yeah, what's the
exchanges
story about
like
FTX?
1inch. Both FTX and FTX US appear to be affected. FTX US General Counsel Ryan Miller tweeted that he was investigating abnormalities with wallet movements related to consolidation of FTX balances across exchanges. The transfers, which have not been addressed officially by FTX leadership, come on the day that the firm officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah, and another guy pulled out $6 million the day before. A guy involved with FTX, he pulled $6 million off of FTX exchanges, dude. They totally caught that guy. So people are wondering what kind of an effect this is going to have on the market, what happened with FTX. I'm looking at the crypto market right now, and Binance is 93%. What is that? That cannot be right. Binance is not up 93%. It still says that on here. I know that's not correct. I should close it and reopen it. Right? No, I already did. This is a reopened page. Why is Binance reading so freaking high? Does anybody know? Where's the freaking article at? Can anybody check crypto and tell me what the price of Binance is? When I checked on my thing, it's like, $300 or something. But on this chart, it's reading like obnoxiously high. I wonder if we should change Luna to Binance.
Josh G. Is there rug pull insurance available yet? You would think companies would jump on offering that.
I don't know, man. Maybe not. Wipe them out.
Megsy Williams. Hashtag cheers.
Yeah, Binance is 281. There it is. So that was bullshit. I'm going to put... okay, we're no longer monitoring Luna on the end. Now we're monitoring Binance on the far right. So, I don't know why Binance is doing this. Let me see if I can delete that BNB, because it says USD on there. Where is it? There it is. How do I get rid of it? Boo. Okay, it's gone. Now we're going to go like this. No, how do I add a name? That's weird. Why won't it let me add? Oh, it's down here.
Hill House Hobo.
BNB.
Nay, in your honest opinion, would it be possible to earn enough on crypto with very little starting capital in a year to fund a trip to the States from UK?
Yes.
I'm thinking like 3K should do it.
Dude, you could do it in days if you fucking just went and educated yourself how to do it. There's nothing to it if you want to become a trader. Yeah, you could totally do it. Oh, I see. Wait, I can't see the top of this. They won't let me stretch this over for some reason. I don't know why. So I watch. Oh, here we go. Okay, cool. All right. Binance. That's good. Cardano, Matic. Bitcoin and Harmony 1. So, yeah, the market's not doing anything right now. It's just going sideways, which is fine. It's not doing anything, but I need it to go up to about 17.5 so I can pull some more money out, and because in a couple days I'm gonna have a big check hit my bank and it's gonna bounce. It's gonna cost me $35. If the check bounces, it won't be that big of a deal. I'll just rewrite the check, I'll be it's literally this saying is true. I'll be a day late and $1 short. But instead of $1 short, it's more like $1,700 short. So, Hill House. You could start with $100, and that $100 you could just multiply it, basically, doing trading, doing longing and shorting the market. Go watch Coincast. So go watch Sean over there. Not the new guy. He sucks. Go back a few months. Go find some old trading videos on CoinCasso. Go back like 6 months. And he'll be like, hey, he'll be like, here, we're going to take $100 and turn it into $1,000 and watch how he does that shit. And he understands how the market is, what the market's going to do by understanding when it's going to go up and when it's going to go down, and then he bets on it. I don't do that shit. But that's, if you were trying to make money quick, man, and you got good at that shit.
Patrick John Welder. Morning nay. Time to suck today's dick.
Sounds like a personal problem, bro. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Let's do a bong rip, man. Just call it what? Let's call it early. Quarter 4:20. Happy 4:20 late. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Patrick John Welder, Megsy Williams, Hill House Hobo, everybody else, Nick the Stick, everybody that's over there on Rumble. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I really appreciate this. Cheers, guys. Just y'all being here.
Surrounded by Keith.
Keith, cheers.
Cheers. Mike Pasquarello. Cheers.
Cheers, Iceman. You know what my girlfriend just said to me? She said, so Jimmy Dore blocks you for calling him out, and then he admits to it. And I'm like, yep. And she's like, I hope Doreface unblocks you from Twitter now. It's funny. Yeah, he fucking admits to the sock account. I think we're ready to talk about that, aren't we? So I don't have access to Jimmy's upload from last night. I didn't record it. I used to be a member over at jimmydore.com, but I no longer am. And they don't upload like I do their full episodes. You know, I upload every single episode that I ever do, right, to the 16 or 17 channels that I broadcast to. And I don't broadcast to a channel if it doesn't hold the videos and keep them posted on a channel like YouTube does. So every single channel that I subscribe to, you'll be able to find all my videos. Not so with Jimmy Dore. So here he's made this admission that he's got sock accounts, and I watched it, and I have a feeling that really none of y'all probably saw this. I'm going to have to try to just tell you what I remember, because I was like So this is the way it happened. Steph gets a fucking super chat, $20. And the super chat is from a guy named Hugh G. Erection, which is fucking hilarious, right? And the guy says, "Hey, Jimmy, long-time fan, loved the show. I'm wondering if you care to respond to the Young Turks calling you out on a fake Twitter account." And there it was at the top of the screen for everybody to see for 20 fucking minutes while Jimmy sat there and did his broadcast and totally ignored that. And I was trying to stay awake because I was laying in bed, and I was like, I've got to stay awake for
Holly
this.
Horn.
Oh.
Wah.
Right? Holly, do me a favor, and the rest of you, please do me a favor. Patrick, John Wilder, all of you. Will you all please take this show and please go share it out on Twitter for me right now? You want me to, I'll even put my shirt back on. Let me know. I didn't do extra push-ups this morning. I just did 101. So maybe I need to put my shirt on. If I don't push it any harder, man, I don't see any results anymore, man. It's got to keep going harder and harder. I did my curls though. I did those. I didn't do these because I was experiencing a little pain in my wrists. So from doing these, while I'm doing the curls, I'm doing my wrists too. But I was like, I'm gonna take it easy on my wrists today, you know. I'm doing these. I did these too. But my triceps need more work too. I gotta work on that shit. And I gotta get back into these because those really help. God, you hear all the creaking and popping and shit. I'm like Snap, Crackle, Pop. Rice Krispies. Alright, so yeah, let's put the shirt on. Turn the fan on too. Everybody just calm down. Just calm down. Everybody just calm down.
Mr. Blue 313 sets fin. GM.
Alright. There's this too. We got so much to talk about today.
Hill House Hobo. Just shared the link on Twitter.
Cool. Well, before we talk about Jimmy Dore, I want to talk about, a journalist I have much more respect for, Sean Hannity. That's a joke. That's a joke. Sean Hannity. Oh, look at this little football I can throw around. Wow, look at me. I carry a concealed weapon. Ooh, I've learned karate and judo. Ooh, I'm really tough. I'm Sean Hannity.
The Republicans have a candidate quality problem. Many of their recruits, and again, Pennsylvania, I think, is one of the best examples for this, whether it was governor or senator, many of their recruits were simply either too extreme or had personal baggage that hurt them in the eyes of voters, like Dr. Mehmet Oz, who was not from Pennsylvania. We did see, in certain cases, Democrats taking steps to proactively facilitate worse Republican opponents. We saw that in Western Michigan. We saw that to some extent in the Pennsylvania governor's race. And in those cases, it turns out well for Democrats. Turns out well for...
This doesn't seem to be the video. No, it's not.
Instead.
So that's,
and I think,
it's fucking Why is there a video? Sean Hannity gets blistering reminder. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where's the fucking video at?
Now, I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because polls in almost every key race were within the margin of error.
Oh, here it is.
Red wave rising. That is the focus of tonight's angle.
It's going to be a wave election, and you're going to lose the Senate, and I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
The knives are being sharpened right now for Joe Biden.
What the hell was going on with that guy's eyebrows? And where is the goddamn animal trapper when you need one? Let's smoke a bong rip in, in memory of that guy's forehead that got overtaken by an alien nation of eyebrows. I don't know what that is, but it seems a bit unnatural to me. Eyebrows don't grow where those eyebrows are supposedly growing. And I'm just really confused about that. It's a very confusing thing for me. Anyone in the chat? Ladies? Anybody? Can I get some sort of... You guys want to see the video of that again? Once again, I say this to you. Eyebrows.
A wave election, and you're going to lose the Senate, and I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
The knives are being sharpened right now for Joe Biden.
Dude, it clears up there, and they're like all shiny. Why is that man drawing his eyebrows on? That's my question, ladies. You're not going to answer me. Dude, we're never going to get to Jimmy Dore. Are you guys going to talk to me in the chat? Are we going to smoke a bong rip? You shared this on Twitter. Hill House Hobo, thank you, buddy. Thank you for sharing this on Twitter. I want to talk about Jimmy Dore. I want to tell you exactly what he said last night.
Hill House Hobo. Those eyebrows are nearly Millhouse level.
Millhouse brows.
Holly Horn.
Incredible.
Incredible eyebrows.
They're like they are an entire being unto their own.
And you're going to lose the Senate, and I'll bet you $1,000 right now.
The knives are being sharpened right now for Joe Biden.
I predict men will start wearing light makeup.
November 8th because a red wave is coming.
But I'm betting that Joy will learn 2 new words on Tuesday. It's red
Surrounded
wave.
by Keith.
How big could that
That
looming
was
red
too
wave
much brow.
get?
We begin this Sunday morning
Holly
with
Horn.
expectations of a red wave.
Just
this
said hi
Tuesday.
on
I think
Mastodon.
this election is going to be a red wave. I think we're going to win.
You know what? I think, your predictions of a red wave are accurate. And the reason I say that is because now even the mainstream media is catching up.
We've been hearing, is it going to be a red wave? Is it going to be a red tsunami? I think it's going to be a red hurricane.
When the red wave comes, and it is coming, Joe Biden's political utility is over.
Are we in for a red wind here or a red wave?
Red wave or red tsunami? What are you feeling today?
I'm feeling red wave.
And don't listen to the lies they're spewing that this could take days, to know who won. This is total BS. A wave like this, we should know that night, basically, who won the Senate and the House. Anything that happens Wednesday into Thursday is gravy.
And right out the back
Top
door,
of the hour, no longer going to
I've
get
got a
it.
tropical
Surrounded
storm
by
brewing right now.
Fox
I
said
think
it
they're
so
saying
much,
could be
even
a
the left
category
media
1 by the end
repeated
of the day. However, let me tell you what is the storm, that red wave. I'm telling you, if there's any indication based upon what we're seeing this morning, somebody made a surfboard, said the red wave is coming.
Now, I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because I can't say for sure where the rumors of the red tsunami started because polls in almost every key race were within the margin of error.
Surrounded by Keith. I called it. I should be a political analyst, LOL.
Let's see if we can find the Jimmy Dore footage from last night.
Hill House Hobo. This needs some fat bass on it.
Here's the TYT report that I haven't seen. I don't like TYT, but we're talking about this, so.
Matt Binder, who works over at the Majority Report, discovered something interesting about Jimmy Dore. The interesting thing he discovered was that Jimmy Dore uses a sock puppet account on Twitter to defend himself. Now, how did he figure this out? Well, the mystery began when a Twitter account called Two Coats responded to one of Matt Binder's tweets that criticized Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore retweeted Two Coats' response, but there was something fishy about that. So let's watch.
There's no Jimmy Dore tag. He doesn't tag at Jimmy Dore in this tweet. No, he doesn't. That's fine. Maybe Jimmy Dore is a name search.
JD
that's
busted.
really lame. You know, people who go on Twitter
Surrounded
and search their
Bikini.
name. He never
Women
says
are
Jimmy
serious
Dore.
about
To find this tweet,
reproductive
you would
rights.
have to search.
That was
just
the number
Jimmy.
one
I look
issue
at my
from an
replies.
exit poll.
Now, I can't tell the exact time Jimmy Dore retweeted it, but I can see when the first person replied
I know, right,
to
Keith?
Jimmy Dore's retweet. And so the original tweet from with the 55 followers was posted at 7:38 p.m. October 25th. That's right now. That's today. Just a few hours ago, 7:38 p.m. And the first person replying to Jimmy Dore's retweet comes in almost right away at 7:41 p.m. So that means Jimmy Dore retweeted this 55 follower Twitter account who did not add him, who did not even type the words Jimmy Dore in their tweet so you could find it if you search for the search term Jimmy Dore on Twitter. Jimmy Dore found it and retweeted it within 3 minutes of this tweet being posted.
Okay, it's going to get better. Okay, because it might be a crazy coincidence. It might be.
Right, we know,
Well,
right.
First off, to make things even weirder, Jimmy wasn't even following Two Coats, so he wasn't a follower of that Twitter account. So, how did you see that tweet? And as Matt Binder mentioned in that video, the original tweet didn't say Jimmy Dore, it just said Jimmy, and it didn't tag Jimmy Dore. So how did he see it? And
I'm about to skip ahead.
Can I jump in for two things?
sure.
There's more evidence coming, but Jimmy apparently has way too much time on his hands.
Dude!
Okay, like in either direction, by the way, even if it's not him, like what do you just like on Twitter 24/7? Like, oh, somebody mentioned me, I'm gonna retweet it. Like, I don't know, people mention people a billion times.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Jank, you shouldn't say that. You're on Twitter fucking 24/7
I want you
too.
to look here. This is that account. He's got a screenshot here. Scrolling down the screenshot, I want you all to pay attention to this part right here.
Right. Right.
So the reason why it's relevant is because when you're going to
Surrounded Bikini. LOL. Nick Brown. Haha.
Let's go full screen with it.
LOL.
So
This is
the
for
reason
this is
why
for
it's relevant is
this
because
is for
when
shut
you're
the fuck
going
up,
to
shit lib.
So the reason why it's relevant is because when you're going to reply.
She's like a bird. It's like a fucking ostrich. Am I enjoying this too much?
Holly Horn. That's priceless. Holly Horn. Or geese.
Reason why. Reason why.
I like how she's like looking at herself.
Reason why.
As soon as she sees her face come up. That's her response to Jimmy Dore getting busted, though. Dude, she just that is her having a complete breakdown. She's literally just lost control of herself there. It's so funny. That's a nightmare right there. That's some nightmare shit right there. That's a black hole sun shit. Here you go. Check this out.
Reason why.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, lies the face, lies the snake, in the sun of my disgrace, boiling heat, summer stench, need the black, the sky looks dead. Come on, rain through the clean as I hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you
Edwin Sparks,
come?
420.
Won't you come? Stuttering, drowned by fear, till you all just disappear. Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Bow, 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 bow. Bow. This is possibly the greatest moment in my podcast's history ever. Someone needs to add that shit to shut the fuck up, shitlib. Pronto. I was like into that shit, bro. You guys want to hear the rest?
The reason why it's relevant is because when you're going to reply, it shows your handle, right?
Yep.
And so when he's going to reply, it's Jimmy's picture at the top of Jimmy's picture, so you know it's actually his phone that is from Two Coats. So
Yep.
that means it's that's his burner.
You know what I have to say to that?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, so look, this is a wonderfully pathetic story.
It's so pathetic. I love it.
Some folks don't need bots and trolls, and some people don't need burner accounts. And by the way, be a man. Just respond on your own. Okay, he's so sad to hide behind oh, these other people think I'm really
Dude, I hate Cenk and I hate Anna so much, but I'm gonna have to say the same thing I said about Tucker Carlson. I agree with what Cenk just said. Hey, Jimmy, be a fucking man and don't hide behind a fucking fake account. I have multiple accounts. Everyone knows who I am on all those accounts. I don't pretend to be someone else on any of those accounts.
popular and they're defending me.
So it's so embarrassing.
Okay.
Like You couldn't even get your mom to defend you? You had to do a burner account?
Since 2016.
That's why they have all these conspiracies about me and us and et cetera.
And that's the thing. He's got plenty of people defending
I bet
him.
you're
Jimmy Dore's got thousands of people defending him.
Burner accounts. Like, yeah, you know what?
Dude,
Come to think of it.
I don't have enough time to like be active enough.
He's sitting there
on
snorting
my
cocaine,
actual social
fucking
media
waiting.
accounts. The
It's not
idea
coming fast
of having
enough.
the time
He's not getting
to even
defended fast
create
enough.
a burner account and then tweet from the burner account. It like blow. I think you're overworking me. I think that's the problem.
Oh, that's what it is.
Because I feel like everyone else has
let's end the story.
endless time to be on Twitter, like constantly on Twitter. What are you doing to me?
No, you don't want to be on Twitter.
No,
You're
I don't
crazy.
actually.
No, if I asked you to go on Twitter, you
Very
wouldn't.
happy to not be on Twitter.
Okay, so this is hilarious and funny. So, wait, and now here's the addition to the story. So today, I'm getting all these responses from Jimmy. Like, normally he doesn't respond himself to me. Sometimes he'll do the ha thing on some rando stuff, right?
Yeah.
He did a
Like,
ha
Jimmy,
today.
and
It's
I'm like,
funny.
Like, why today out of any day, right?
I can't remember who he was on.
I'm not talking about Jimmy. What the hell? Why is he all over my Twitter? Because he can't use his burner account.
God damn.
So when I saw that we were doing this story, and I'm like, oh, that's why I'm getting all the Jimmy things. Because he used to have the fake accounts do it. And since he got caught, now he's doing it himself.
Let's do some bong rips ourselves.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I just hate that these motherfuckers get to fucking rag on Jimmy. I hate them.
Jimmy, get a life, man. Get a life.
Maybe it's not Jimmy's fault. Maybe it's Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Maybe Debbie Wasserman Schultz forced him to do it. You know?
And we're not talking about.
She's doing it. They're doing an impersonation of Jimmy Dore. They're doing a bad one. And let me tell you something else. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is a fucking cheating, lying cunt. And for her to sit there and try to defend Debbie Wasserman Schultz shows you what a fucking stupid cunt Anna is too.
That kind of BO.
Cheers to that.
It's a different Debbie.
You guys came here for the real talk? Oh, you came to the right place.
Yeah.
Yes. So I like. There's some chance, by the way, that there are literally no left-wing Jimmy fans anymore.
Can I just give you examples of tweets that he retweeted with his burner account?
Oh yes, please.
Ready?
Yeah.
So he retweeted this. Hollywood and their liberal media aren't mad at Ye for actual anti-Semitism. They have no problem supporting Ukrainian.
Holly Horn. Wasserman Schultz is awful.
I am so glad that the Young Turks is showing the anti-Semitic tweet from fucking that dumb fucking bitch over there at Convo Couch. Jimmy Dore retweeted it under his sock account because he didn't have the balls to show everybody that he hates the Jews, you know?
Nazis.
That's so Jimmy. That's such
So
a random
Jimmy.
thing. Okay, yeah.
They're mad that he said some harsh, long-known truths about the World Health Organization.
No, about who runs Hollywood.
Who runs Hollywood and entertainment, how they run it, and that one of their own just exposed this.
Wait a minute, that's not even funny. That's like deeply
Yeah, and Anna didn't get it. Yeah, it's deeply anti-Semitic. It is.
Semitic.
Oh wow, what a shocker that
Semitic,
Jimmy Dore
not
would retweet
Semitic,
something
Semitic.
like that.
Wow.
What a shocker. Is anyone surprised? Let me give you more. Here's another. Oh, this is just a tweet by Jimmy Dore on his burner account. Well, Jimmy did organize 100,000 people into a town hall to pressure powerful people to vote for Medicare for All. That shook up the Democrats and exposed the fraud squad, and is now helping start another political party. I guess that's doing nothing to you. Good luck. No, this really, honestly, this solidified what I had already thought and suspected. Jimmy Dore has the biggest, like, weird daddy issues with you.
Oh, that's interesting.
1,000%, because you started Justice Democrats. That's why he has this weird, unhealthy obsession with AOC and like going after the squad. He hasn't actually done anything substantive at all, other than, you know, build something for himself.
No, two coach told me he started a party.
Oh, he started 100,000 people. 100,000 people showed up.
Jimmy, you're a joke, man. That's so embarrassing.
No,
100,000 people didn't show up anywhere. What do you?
Keep it going, Jimmy. Keep it going.
Okay.
Everyone needs the comedic relief, and you do provide it. Not in the ways that you're hoping, but still.
If I was in a situation like that, and you do a burner count, you're not. It's not even a joke. It's not a gag, right? And you're like, Cenk Uygur did a rally with 200,000 people showing up, and you should be more respectful. And, in the middle of the tweet, I just be like, I'm retiring.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta get to the final one. One.
There's worse? Jesus.
So Jimmy Dore fans are seething that their king has been exposed for being a weirdo narcissist, which is, wow, total shocker. They're also
is it Jimmy Dore fans, or are they all Jimmy?
I know. Who knows? Who knows? What's real? But they're also playing the blame game, and they're not doing such a great job with it. So they think that Ravana is a fake account. Ravana is a real person. I can tell you.
She's on the network. You can see her anytime. Check her out on Rebel headquarters.
So she quote tweeted the burner account saying Jimmy Dore tweeting about how obsessed Cenk is with him from an alt account is so funny.
Dude, that's the fucking tweet I read out loud on my podcast to you guys when we were covering this. How funny is that? They're covering all the same shit that I covered.
Right. Jimmy is upset. No, Cenk is obsessed with Jimmy. This mashup proves that even when smearing Bernie's press secretary as a fake leftist, he still can't stop thinking and talking about Jimmy Dore nonstop. It's a stud. But by the way, guys, go to Jimmy Dore's YouTube account, search TYT, and just enjoy the endless video content about us.
Yeah. So that's Jimmy's burner account writing like, Cenk is obsessed with me, right? Basically, when like half his videos are about TYT.
I know, it's
like
amazing.
we forgot about it. We do like little gags like this every once in a while, but otherwise we forgot about it.
How could you not do little gags like this?
Right.
It's so delicious.
But for him, like we left the room like years ago, months ago, right? And he's still in the room screaming. Him and his burner accounts. Oh, you don't know how big Jimmy is. He got 100,000 people to come. He started a party, and it was in his house. It was in his basement. It was just him and his wife. But still, he started a party. It was like a really fun party. Okay, they had chips and Doritos and pretzels. Okay. And then, if you notice, of course, at the end, it was like, oh, found Cenk Uygur's burner account.
Right. Cenk Uygur.
It's all projection, man. It's all projection.
It's so good. It's so good. I love it.
Fun
Anyway,
for everybody. All right.
That's it.
I like that Jimmy's become like this little sideshow character. That you
comedic relief.
Yeah, you run him out and he's like a little gremlin. He's like, Jimmy's really important. Jimmy's really important. You guys should pay attention to Jimmy. Okay, go back in, Jimmy. Go back in, okay?
Oh.
Thanks for watching the.
So, I'm watching Jimmy Dore show last night, and the super chat comes up. $20 super chat, and Steph says, "I have to ask Jimmy," because she starts to read the super chat, and she goes, "I have to ask Jimmy off camera if he wants to address this." And so they go off camera eventually. It's a few minutes later, and she goes, "Jimmy, do you want to talk about the Twitter thing?" And he's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, whoa. So I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, holy shit, man, here we go. And he says, so yeah, as it turns out, I've got another account, a sock account. I've got many sock accounts on Twitter, actually. He's like, what are you going to do about it? And I'm like, there it is, man. I'm just sitting here like, wow, he's fucking admitting it. And I was too far away from the screen to see or care really what anybody in his chat was saying. All I cared about was the fact that that $20 chat went up and he addressed it from somebody named Hugh G. Rection. Hugh G. Rection. It was fucking hilarious. And Jimmy started talking about he felt like everybody had these sock accounts. It's like everybody's got them. It's like I've got one. I've got a bunch, he said. You said you'll never figure out who they are. He's like, I got a whole bunch. He's like, and he said, "What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to see people attacking me like Nina Turner and Ryan Grimm when they fucking attack me on Twitter and then they block me and I can't see what they're saying about me? So I need these other accounts so I can go." But the point is Jimmy, you're not using those fucking accounts to go see other tweets, which is what I use my other accounts for too. Yeah, I go see tweets when people block me, absolutely. But you use them to fucking give yourself fake support from fake people, like Donald Trump did with fucking John Barron. Jimmy Dore having, let's tweet that right now. Jimmy Dore having several, no. Jimmy Dore admitting to running multiple fake Twitter accounts and using them for self-promotion is no different than Donald Trump calling people as John Barron for the same reason. They're both fucking shitty. And you know what? I'm so glad that they offer this on Twitter. They've got this little emoji of somebody fucking puking. Jimmy Dore admitting to running multiple fake Twitter accounts and using them for self-promotion is no different than Donald Trump calling people as John Barron. So, posing what's the word I'm looking for? Role playing. You could say role playing. That's shameful. It's shaming. What's the other one? Cosplaying. It's even more shameful. That's good tweet, bro. Jimmy Dore admitting to running multiple fake Twitter accounts and using them for self-promotion is no different than Donald Trump cosplaying as John Barron for the same reason. You guys like that? Boom. I tweeted that shit. So, I remembered a couple things that Jimmy said. Which is good. While we're doing the show, I did remember what he said, about the sock accounts, the fact that he felt
Nick
that,
Brown. That's a
he
good
needed
one.
them to see what other people were saying about him.
Surrounded by Keith. Well put.
playing. Those kids were throwing rocks, so you could see the one kid. They're like, these children were peacefully playing on this rooftop. And the Israeli occupation forces fired tear gas up on the rooftop, chased the children off. They were peacefully playing. You could see there were 3 kids. 2 of them were of actual considerable size, in their teens possibly. One of them had looked like a rock in his hand. He was about to fucking throw that bitch. And then you see the canisters come over, and he just kind of casually turns around, and they walk off the roof. They knew they were getting tear gas.
Joel Froggy.
They were throwing rocks down there,
What you smoking?
But it's interesting. I wonder what kind of the big kid has something in his hand. Those kids were waiting for the tear. They knew the tear gas was coming up there. They ran as soon as the tear gas was fired, basically. Let's see if anybody says anything here. Someone says more lies and anti-Semitic propaganda. Huh. Someone said peacefully throwing peaceful stones. Wow, man, it's interesting to read the responses to this. There's people on both sides saying, some people are saying that those kids were obviously throwing rocks at those soldiers, and soldiers don't target children. Why, why are they going to throw a bunch of tear gas up on a roof to a bunch of kids? And then a bunch of people are like, this is terrorizing children, and blah, 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 blah. Really, the kids didn't get terrorized at all. They got some canisters thrown at them, and they got out of there. And ran to safety. So I think it was just, a case of the military responding to, all they perceived, I bet, was just rocks coming down on them from that rooftop, Wow, those kids are throwing rocks with slings, dude. Holy shit. How often do you see that? That takes a little skill, huh? You end up fucking hitting yourself in your head with the rock if you get that shit wrong.
Fufa. Fufa.
Joel Froggy, cherry pie, bro. Oh my gosh, she's got a knife in her hand. Dude, it's just too much for me. I can't believe these people that can do this all day. Oh my God, interact with these people.
Joel Froggy. How much does 2.5 G of cherry pie cost?
I don't know. I grew it myself. I guess that depends on what you're willing to pay me for it, right? So Ellie lost billions of dollars because of a tweet, because Elon Musk is letting anybody post with a blue check. So someone posted as this pharmaceutical giant said they were going to give out free insulin and crashed their stock. And billions of dollars were lost. Ellie. So that's crazy, right? E-L-I, Lily, Ellie Lilly. Or Eli Lilly. Billions. That's crazy, right? Crazy.
Surrounded by Keith.
Oh my God.
Like Eli.
Funny. Dude, we need a clip of the antelopes. Yo, Merc. Merc, can you go back in this video to where I was looping Anna Kasparian, making her make all this funny noises, and make a loop of that so I can use that on Twitter really quick? Let me know if you can do that. Trevor Noah celebrates Elon Musk running Twitter into the ground. He says it's been the best Twitter's ever been. Tom Brady and Steph Curry. It's Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and Kevin O'Leary set to lose big from FTX bankruptcy filing. I said me antelopes. I should have said my antelopes. We gotta get those antelopes up there. If Murky Murkisons can do this. If Jimmy Dore blocked, and my girlfriend's right, if Jimmy Dore blocked me for for talking about him being exposed for having a second account on Twitter and using it for self-promotion, now that he's admitted to it, and everybody can go see his tweets and how he used that account, because the account is still up. Oh, and by the way, it's got 958 followers now. 2 codes, @libtard01. he can consider unblocking me on Twitter, since it's okay, that he's got fucking multiple fake accounts and uses them to promote himself and repost anti-Semitic fucking tweets from, the convo we make stuff up couch, Fiorella Isabel. Fucking anti-Semitic trope toting bitch.
Mike Pasquarello. What are you doing today?
Nothing. What are you doing, bro? You want to do something?
Mike Pasquarello. Maybe going to shoot some targets.
Oh,
Waiting on my boy to call me back.
hell yeah, bro. Peacefully. What? Why not? Oh. Dude, I haven't even taken my dog outside yet. I gotta take him out. Dude, we've been live for 2 hours, bruh. Alright, you guys are great. I love y'all. Take care. I'll see you on the next show this afternoon sometime. Follow me, though, in the meantime on Twitter, because that is where I'll be. I'll be over here on Twitter. We'll see if this goes up. Maybe I'll sell off some more of that crypto. I don't know. It's only going to cost me $35, dude. I don't know.
Surrounded by Keith.
Bye, guys.